What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Sable Rocks, and I know you know who this is.
Roninjoegenji, Ninja Assassin.
My guy. And you already know, when J3 is array, the Brothers of Destruction will play.
Oh, yeah.
And we got for you a fire review. Army of the Dead finally dropped.
Finally released.
We've been waiting for this movie to drop, and it's here.
I've been waiting too, man. It's in theaters for about a week. It's coming out on Netflix May 21st. Get on it. I recommend you watch it in the theater because it is a theatrical movie. I'm glad I jumped on it when I did. And I do want to see it again, and we're going to talk about why.
You have to see this movie in theaters, man.
Yes.
All right, so let's just jump right to it. We finna do a spoiler review and discussion. Keyword, spoiler review. So if you keep watching around, that's on you.
Yep.
We typically do the good and the bad and then get into discussion. There is so little bad that I found in this film. We just gonna do the bad first. Right off the bat.
Handle your bad.
The movie kind of jumps into a montage of how the infection started and where it went from. And we're seeing like montage of each of the characters in their own situations and how they survived the apocalypse and what happened. And it told a short little story in about, what, a minute or 2 minutes?
Yeah.
That story was lit.
Yeah.
The only bad is, damn, now I want to see this story. This could have been the first movie.
Yeah.
But we're going to get that.
Right.
Right? In an animated short.
Animated prequel. Yeah.
Now, what studio is doing that, though?
We don't know.
See, I want to see. That's the only bad I got the film. It's like, dang, I wanted to see all this stuff in your story.
But I got a little bit more insight on that, but we'll get to it at the end, though.
All right, man.
When I went to watch it, there was a Q&A.
That's my only bad. So the bad is over. Do you have any bad?
I will say there was one character that kind of annoyed me, and you could see his twist coming a mile away. It was the merc that was the bodyguard for Hanzo's character. He was kind of like throwaway to me, and I understood he was there, but his twist and turn wasn't really warranted. I felt like he just did it because they needed something to go in there, and that's about it.
Maybe he was just a dick, but I like how the helicopter pilot pointed it out.
Oh yeah,
he was very transparent, almost fourth wall breaking.
When that happened, it's like, yeah, he's gonna be the one to try to betray them, and he was.
Oh, man. All right, so I started with the bad. So you got to start with the good. What did you love about this movie?
All right, so the good for me, first of all, I like the opening 15-minute monologue.
Yeah.
Straight out of Left 4 Dead. Pretty cool.
Oh, my God.
The feel and tone of Vegas, Las Vegas being a character, the setup. And we had this discussion off camera before when we were talking about if people are going to die, at least make them epic. I felt like everybody got their due.
Yeah, nobody had a regular
And
death.
it was like you cared because you got to get into their personal life and you got to understand who they were. And you understood that everybody was in desperate need of desperate measures. So you wanted them to win no matter what the cause or what the situation was. And I like how the beginning of the movie, the first half, is more of an actual just regular drama of stuff hitting the fan. It doesn't become a horror movie until the military, until they get the job. And I like how the second act really kicks into overdrive and then it turns into this action heist movie.
Yes.
And, money is a big factor in this because these people were kind of like, all right, I'm struggling. I don't really like this dead-end job I have. I got a family, so there was reasons for them to go after this money. Now, if you look at it from the outside, it's like, oh, that's dumb. It's a situation. I can't go into a zombie apocalypse to try to retrieve $200 million from a vault. But if I'm struggling and I'm trying to survive and I'm taking care of my family and you give me this deal and I get to cut my crew 50% of what I get, I'm going. And if I'm skilled, I'm going to go. So I like the realistic situation behind that.
And can we touch on that real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
So watching the trailer, you'd be like, these dudes is crazy. You couldn't pay me enough money to run in there with smart bullet dodging zombies. But what I love about this movie is if you watch the trailer, you really didn't understand the movie because they didn't know about alphas. A few people did, but I would have did it now because they thought they was going in there to fight what they call shamblers, and those are the slow moving, stupid zombies. And these dudes is already mercenaries and experts. One of the dudes was a YouTube star for killing zombies, so they was already ready. So it's like, the job seemed doable, and that's what made it a surprise when they ran up again. Like they was like, what is this? It's a barter system.
Because some of the crew really was unsure of what was happening. They thought it was just going to be like a regular job. And when they found out that they were going up against these alpha male zombies, they were like, I'm checking out. But the other ones is like, this money's too good. We're professionals. We're trained. We're soldiers. Oh,
girl, the person that was leading them through, she kind of criticized, like, look, all we need is a sacrifice and we can get on through. So I was like, okay, I'm with
dope.
it.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those movies where, like, the perfect storm, everything bad that could have went wrong.
Right. But then it was like you saw the good outweigh, like, okay, there was a plan, but it didn't go the way it thought it was because once they got into the battleground, things changed because they started to learn about how these zombies operate.
Yes, and I love
but
that.
Going in, it was like, oh, this is gonna be an easy run in, run out, gun them down, retrieve the money, and get out. And then it became a rescue survival mission.
The movie changes pace so many times, and it worked. It still flows smooth. It became this movie, then it was this action movie, then it was action heist movie.
A very good subgenre hybrid.
Yes,
very good stuff.
The first of its kind, and for right now, best of its kind. That's what I'm going with. All right, so that's all the good you got, bro.
I will say, if this was a one and done contained movie, it'd be perfect. But you can also see that Zack Snyder has planted seeds to build a universe around Army of the Dead, and he was worried about telling a contained story, but also giving us more to, look forward to as far as a before and an after in the middle of this movie. So this movie is kind of the bridge gap of answers and things that we did not get to see of current events that had already happened, and then stuff that's to come later on. So it ended, right? But it's still a confined one and done story. But you get answers as to other things that have happened before, like the prelude of the prelude, and then the epilogue of the epilogue, and then who these characters were before this even went down. How Vegas got quarantined before that even started, before it was active and civilization was up and running.
That scene was epic.
So it opens the doors to other things and questions we may have had. But you're thrown into an adventure with these mercenaries and with this team. So you're seeing the aftermath of Vegas. Las Vegas is a battleground. So I like how we were just thrown into it, but we got a little taste of it in the beginning. Like the setup was great. It was like two movies in one.
Amazing. It's like, okay, where is this movie? Because I need this movie now.
Yeah.
I know a few people might be shocked to hear this, but if they was looking forward to it, I don't care. Yo, I don't want the animated series no more. I want a whole prequel movie now. A whole prequel movie. If I had to pick.
Right.
I'll take both.
I love the option of both.
But if I had to pick, no, go and give me that live action prequel.
Because this cast was too strong, and they were too memorable. Like I was with them, and I like how this movie switched from action horror, and then we got the drama and the emotion.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder did a good job of getting into the lives and the psyche of these people, and also explaining who they were. And then when the action happened, it wasn't throwaway. Like, you're like, damn, I want them to make it. I want them to make it. Get out of there. Get out of there. Go. You were invested.
Or did they already feel like a team, even though like all of them haven't worked together?
They were all there for the same thing.
This whole cast had great chemistry. You really felt like, okay, they're all come from different backgrounds, but they're willing to work together in this dangerous environment to get this and get out. And you felt it. Such good acting, from such great direction.
Very minimum dialogue when they got there, but when the action came together, they were family. They were a team. They had everybody's back. And it was a nice contrast to see this family dynamic with this great, well choreographed action. Yes. Like the zombie attacks were amazing. Like it was very action generic, very video game style. You got like comic book like style action in there. Like Snyder is very good at his action aesthetics and his visuals. He has full control of this movie, and you feel no restraints as he's directing and making this movie. You can tell Netflix said, just go crazy. Do what you want.
You can tell.
His energy is in there. Like, if you look at when the credits was rolling, like, he did cinematography. He co-wrote it. He directed, produced with his wife. Like, the energy was all there. And then he gave us one of the best opening monologues. I got to say this again, because if you don't follow Zack's movies, he's great with opening sequences.
And I think that's why the movie flowed so well. This was a very long zombie movie. What was it? 2 hours, 30 minutes?
About 2 hours, 20-something minutes.
Something like that.
Yeah, good runtime.
Typically in a zombie movie, that's when it has like a long, slow burn in the beginning.
Right.
But this movie kind of got right to it, but it was just, he had so much to give. It's like you can only get that from when you write, direct, and do all the other stuff. Because there's no one in your array. Oftentimes you can have a great premise, but there's just too many chefs in the kitchen, and you get like a half-assed movie.
Right.
There was none of that here.
Nah, none of that. It's good setup, good first, second, third act. Epilogue was there. It flowed perfectly because you got time to breathe. You got your terror. You got your suspense. You got your character moments. And by the end, you're just like, oh, man, like, please make it. And that's kind of all you were saying. And then the other side of that, you got two different perspectives. You got the alpha male and the queen zombies perspective. You got their story. And I never felt anything for zombies before until this movie.
Right, because it was
I was like, whoa.
They didn't appear to seek world domination.
Right.
Because if they really wanted to, they could have hopped that fence.
Yeah, they could have took it.
He appeared to like, I have this many people. He's like, almost like he was building a clan, a family. Yeah. Did they even eat people?
No, they fought.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like they just wanted to live in their own little world. Because think about it. We don't know exactly how many years, but they was like, oh, that happened years ago when the daughter brought up what happened. Right. So they've been here for years. There ain't been that many people coming in. So what have they been eating? Are they self-sustained? Because the alphas appear to have some type of energy or something like that in them.
And there's like a connection to the host. And they're all about breeding and family. When somebody comes through that's fresh, they want to turn them for them to join so that they can decide if they want a new alpha. Because when the first victim came through, the crazy dick cop, they were looking at him as like equal. But then they're like, this guy has some type of sensibilities. And as they were torturing him, they didn't eat him. You're right. They were trying to read him and understand him.
Okay, what are you bringing to the clan?
Yeah, when he turns, he's going to be vicious because he was already disrespecting his lady. Yeah. So
okay, we like that.
Yeah. They gave the creatures, the monsters, personality and emotion because they understood family too. Because the alpha had a family. He had a wife and a baby.
Snyder loved him some zombie babies.
I was like,
so what's up with that? Can they reproduce, or was she like already pregnant and just a zombie, and that was just like his child?
I think that they can reproduce, and the baby died probably during survival and combat. There was some type of miscarriage because it was on the way. It was on the way, and then died.
I want them to go deeper into that.
The connection to the queen when she died was like, I can't get another one. It was something special about that one. That's why he went crazy in that final act. So he said, you took mine, I'm going to take yours.
So, because the thing is, all right, so is that the original alpha from the opening movie? Because he had longer hair. The original one had a buzz cut.
It might have been a decade before or after. Because I think that was the same guy.
His hair can grow.
Yeah, and then the guy you was talking about that was like 6'4", that might have been the stunt double. That was Ben Affleck's stunt double.
Okay.
Richardson Strong.
Because I'm like, he was a little too tall. Okay.
Making him the alpha male was great casting choice, and his physical acting was perfect. I believed every bit of it. I bought him as a zombie.
The intimidation. I could see a guy with a full M16 full clip not shoot out of fear. I could see he had that. You'd be like, what?
Terrifying.
I could see it. I could see it. So like you said, the physical acting
he was fired. It's like they took the ideology of like Mad Max and gave these creatures like those warriors. This was like an undead and Morton Joe that was leading everybody.
That's what I wanted to get into. For the first time in history in a zombie movie, Zack Snyder did it. I don't know how he did it. I actually felt like the zombies got done wrong. Yeah. Because it was like, fam, y'all know y'all got to pay a price to be able to walk these streets. Y'all paid y'all sacrifice. We letting y'all walk these streets. Y'all got to deal with the shamblers. That ain't up to us.
This is Sin City.
We got our clan. Y'all just stay out of our way. We'll stay out of y'all. Y'all bought yourself some time.
Right.
And how often has she been doing that? Because she was the blonde chick was like some type of runner. So she had been going back and forth, probably getting supplies, selling them and whatnot. And it's like, wow.
She probably had friends that worked on the inside and lost them.
I really felt like she betrayed the zombie trust. It's like, dang, this how y'all get out? Because they appear to have some type of repertoire between each other. Right. So it's like, you brought this dude here to kill me? Like, oh, man, I'm like, dang, the zombies got done wrong. Okay, eat them all, zombies.
But she was kind of like that survivalist tour guy, and she felt like she had a lot to offer, and maybe they can end up finding what they had left behind. Because everybody, again, was here for the same reason, but looking for different things. So it was kind of weird because she wasn't really trying to help them, but she was, I guess, trying to bring closer to maybe stuff she did from the past. Like she said, if I'm going to help them, I got to be the one to lead because I know these battlegrounds better than anyone else. They were just here for the money and to get in. You know, they had the guy that was going to be the locksmith and unlock the vault. But she was like the one that knew how these things ran. And she, to me, was probably the most important. Because without her, we would have been dead as soon as we got there.
They would have been dead as soon as they would have ran against the alphas. What's that? Everyone's white.
Right.
Because she knew, like, hey, man, nope, stay clear.
Because these, you have to understand, you need a clear path, a clear space, and you need to know what you're going to do before they find out where you are because they're going to run and attack you. And these things don't wait to get shot.
No. Had they fought them out in the open, it would have been white. They fought them in corridors and closed rooms where they could only come in for. Had they fought them in the open,
that was smart. And that's what I liked about the action because it worked in different sides, point of views of favor.
It was consistent.
Yeah.
It already showed like, look, these dudes hunting packs, they group thinkers. I don't care how good y'all are. Y'all gonna get wiped. These dudes out here dodging bullets. But
we had to fight in packs too.
They were able to take them out because they were like funneling down the hallways
close
and corridors.
Range,
and whenever they were out
hibernating and sleep. So that was a good
those
time.
Those were the shamblers. I don't think those were alphas.
Okay.
Because they established something that I always wonder, man. If it was zombies, the weather would get to you. So if the zombies in the beginning, when they stayed out in the sun, those just wilted and rotted away. But I guess through some points, let me stay out the sun. Let me just go in this building in the shade. So
summertime and then fall. Yeah. So the weather conditions did kind of mess with them. but they were able to, I guess, breed and like rest over time. So they did explain how these alphas and these other creatures will last through summer and
So
winter.
I want to
seasons.
get to that. I don't know about
That's
them.
never been addressed.
I don't know about them breeding. So this is my theory, and I could be wrong. I think, for whatever reason, he found a queen, and maybe she just happened to be already pregnant, and because the baby is now a zombie, she's probably like perpetually pregnant or whatever. Because think about it, if they could reproduce, if it's been years, she would have had a baby already.
Right.
So maybe that's just like his unborn child that's perpetually inside of her, and every time he sees her, he wants to hear his heartbeat, or that's in his way, maybe that's his form of love. So not only he lost his child and his zombie wife, and it's like, where did he come from? Is he like a creature even of this world? Because they hinted something about Area 51, and it was like the little glowing stuff or whatever. So I wonder, is he taking a nod from Romero and making the origin of this zombie apocalypse already extraterrestrial, just like George Romero? Because Night of the Living Dead came from space radiation.
Right. So it could be a little bit of that. Again, like I said, I think we were thrown into it. I think they were reading at one point. But again, we don't know that. See, that might be some information that the prequel might have. Because she probably wouldn't have been pregnant then.
We're going to find out, but that's just
when we saw him, it had already happened. But how did it get to that point? So again, and see, a prequel is warranted because of that, stuff like that. But also, I think that they really opened the door as far as how these things operate and how we're supposed to kill them and how we can kill them. Yes. And I love how they gave us the tactical skills of how to hunt them down. And we learned that these things are very impervious to like weapons. They fight back. They have skills. Yeah, they're acrobatic.
Do alphas regenerate? I don't require seeing. They was lighting some of these dudes up, and I didn't remember seeing any bullet wounds.
I think some of them did, and some of them was like pivoting the machine gun attacks and things like that, or they were like ricocheted and maybe flesh wounds.
No,
but it was the way that they were moving. They were able to like.
Because Peep in the beginning, when the Alpha first appeared, he took some center mass shots. And when they showed his chest and punches, there wasn't even no wounds. Like, oh, is he rapid regenerating? Like, oh, what's going on?
The other ones, what was the other ones that you said that were indoor?
The slow moving zombies in this, it's two types of zombies in this film, guys. So we got the average walker, which is they call in this film a shambler.
And
they don't think they're not organized. Even the alphas can't control them.
So those are the ones that was indoor.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they got inside the building and before they got to the casino room, they were hibernating and resting, and it was all hand to hand and knife.
Oh my God, that's one of my favorite scenes.
That was a great scene.
That was the girl I called Vasquez in the trailer review that we did.
She did feel like Vasquez.
And
that's the same chick that played Katana in the Mortal Kombat web series.
Really?
That's Samantha Joe.
Fam,
she's great.
Samantha Joe. Yeah. I know her name. Yo, she put in work, and she was by far, if you ask me, the most badass character. She got taken out early due to some nonsense, but it made sense.
Yeah. It did, but it was like, damn. Why?
You want to go into that?
Because he left her behind with the little flashlights, and he set her up to die.
He knew what it was because she was like, after this, we need to have a little talk, and he was like, we have a little talk.
And that guy was pretty much like what's the other Bert from Alien? Yeah, he pretty much was that.
We got a Bert and a Vasquez.
He was Bert.
Yo, this movie this could have been the perfect zombie heist, but it literally went to shit because of this Bert character.
Yeah,
but I like that because it's like, okay, everyone's always got some ulterior motive. What's his?
Right. And we still didn't know.
And that was a plot twist that came later on. It was like, all right, what are you trying to do? Steal the money and make it so it's less ways to cut the money? No, something completely different, which was a organic way to lead to a prequel or a sequel. He could go forward or backwards if he wants.
True. Yeah. And that's what kind of made it more interesting. Even though he made those choices, I was like, there must be a bigger plan for him. He could be a villain later on down the line for a new team that might come in. So I think he was probably protecting his investment and trying to, make some money in the black market. I mean, it could be anything weird, like a live zombie, and you got the DNA, and you know how to hunt them, and you know how to kill them, and you sent the team in, and you came out alive.
So it's crazy because they do establish that it was previous teams that went in there to get the money before, and it's like, was he here and did he just fail before?
Right.
And he's like the last man out. And then with that,
or
with the origin of zombies, you talk about making a weapon.
Right.
Is this zombie a weapon, like some type of bioweapon, or something that they discovered, like somebody got infected?
I think it was something that could have been discovered and partially created because they were trying to protect it. When it got loose, they said leave it because they knew that whatever mistake that they made, they couldn't unreverse the process.
Now, why would they?
And this is always government stuff, but when they said Area 51, it did bring a sci-fi element to it, but we still don't know what they found out. We know that the government was involved.
So
but
here's the
how
thing.
much were they involved?
If the government was involved and they knew what this was and they was like, run, get out of there,
Right.
were they trying to leave it or were they just trying to make sure that it didn't infect anybody? Because you could deal with just one, but if it already turned like 12 different people,
Right.
you got a problem.
Yeah, that's more mystery right there. So I think that's good for a follow-up movie because, again, like, we were thrown into it and we still got the point of view of the ones that really knew very little about it. They were just transporting this stuff. So they had no idea. They were in the clear, too. They were just transporting government property. Bioweapon before we know.
His haircut led me to believe that he was probably military and got infected through some experiment.
Yeah, because even undead, he
had
was
a dry head haircut
and highly
he was
trained.
Built.
Yeah. That's not a normal zombie
He
look.
seemed to know about, I need to come from this angle.
Right.
I know they got these weapons. I need to be at this range. Like, he seemed to know that.
This was the thing. This was also another twist. So I like these new elements that Zack Snyder brought in. The zombies were very self-aware. They still had their conscience. They were smart. Almost like they were still human-like. The communication wasn't there, but they communicated in other ways. They even had a different sound. Yep. They sound like demonic monsters from hell. Like they had like an aggression to them.
Because the regular zombies kind of,
but
the alphas kind of got like a high pitched shriek and growl and echo across the area. Like, oh man,
like where they become one with everybody, and it's like a mating call for everyone, like to bring everyone together. So they did have some sort of communication, and they had a sense of how they wanted to attack. They even turned some animals too that were still kind of living in a sense. Yeah, like it was crazy. It was dope, man. Like it opened a lot of doors and stayed true to the zombie lore, but turned it on its head just a little bit and gave us more. Like Zack made them faster in Dawn of the Dead, and then he made them more vicious, stronger, and strategic in Army of the Dead. Like this is something I thought about when I watched the Romero movies, and Romero slowly got there. Because in his movie, in Land of the Dead, they learned how to use weapons and things like that. So I'm thinking like, man, 2020 and 2021, Romero was still here. He probably would have went down the same path. And for Snyder to show respect to the late George A. Romero was dope. He just enhanced what he gave us decades ago and took it further. And that's a lot of respect because it added to the genre. When you say you've seen and kind of been there and done that, it's not true because this is new ground again. And it makes so good for like the rich horror storytelling because now it's like, how much more are they going to evolve? This can't be the end of it right here.
No, this is the first movie and I'm just already so in love with this universe. So in love with how rich and different he made these characters. Like they all had their own experts, like our girl Vasquez. We'll keep calling her that.
Yeah.
Yo, she was clearly like some type of CQC expert, like some little thug chola out here putting in work with that knife. I thought she was going to make it. Well, when she broke out the window.
She was close.
Because she still wasn't big. Yo, she could have made it had she just dropped the gas can, y'all. She would have made it. But
easily.
Because in the theater, I'm like, get up, get up. But I've actually carried one of those before on a camping trip. Bro, that's like carrying like, I promise you, like 12, 15 gallons of milk. And what was she, like 5'5"?
Yeah.
She was not finna be able to get up
She's
that
stuck
quick.
though.
Yeah.
But since we're doing that, let's get into our favorite characters, man. Who's some of your favorite characters? Or who was like your most standout?
Honestly,
yeah.
Just from that scene was fire. Because she did what I thought. I was like, yo, you gotta fight it out. Ain't no shooting. She came with that knife. She was head stab. Yes. Off top, Vasquez and Ghost.
Okay. Yeah, Ghost for me and Dave Bautista because he was like the father and leader, and then he kind of helped those that were still kind of uncomfortable with the mission that was going down. Like he made everybody at ease, and he let them know that you're gonna get a cut of this money, so you're doing me a favor too. He really took lead. And for me, Dave Bautista really had that Marcus Phoenix persona in this game.
Yes.
I kept thinking Gears of War, and I'm like, Zack brought that out of me. I'm like,
you told that to me,
and
I didn't see it. But after seeing this movie, I'm like, I think we found our Marcus Phoenix.
Yeah.
He got the age and grisliness in the voice now.
Yeah, the experience.
Yes.
The soldier life.
Yes.
The survivalist aspect.
Yes, I'm here for it.
The family man dynamic. You got all of that. And he was just in a zombie world. But it's like, man, what if? And I also liked the girl that was trying to get back with him, Cruz. She was dope too.
Bro, that moment was so sad.
I was salty when she died.
But that's what set it up. It's like
that's
these
such
dudes is
great
not playing.
acting and emotion.
Fam, we was there. We nobody saw the case. Came in.
They was about to kiss, bro, and he was about to get her back. And then that right there set off Dave Bautista because He didn't lose not one, but two ladies in his life. Two important women in his life.
3.
Yeah.
Because he lost his wife.
Yes.
Whoever that lady was that got crushed, she appeared to be someone important to him, or he grew to care for her during the whole fiasco. We lost her. I need to know that backstory. That's probably going to be in the prequel. Yeah. I can't wait for that. Yeah. And her.
Right. And then the daughter, which he kind of semi got back.
Okay.
So 4. Yeah.
Jesus.
But man, she was tight. She was the mechanic. She was kind of the heart of the group. She didn't want to mess up, for a second chance. And then she saw that he was trying to, reacquaint with his daughter. So she didn't want to step on the middle of that. But she wanted to make sure that he understood that she never forgot about him and she never gave up on him. And Batista had this persona that he would just let go of things and forget because he felt like the ladies in his life didn't care about him at that point. So he didn't want to push the issue. But they were like, well, it wasn't this that you did. And both of the ladies that were around were like, well, you did this and this. But because you did this, we weren't talking about that. We was talking about what you did over here.
Okay.
So it was like, man, I love these little small moments. And remember, this is a zombie movie. But most people would be like, get back to the killing. But I was like, I was invested in this.
All these characters were dope. You cared about learning about them. They were dope. And they weren't cookie cutter.
Right.
There were some tropes. You got the tough one, the funny one, but
that's 80s, 90s action
horror
movies.
They were original enough for me to care about them.
And then the YouTube guy that had his own channel who was like a zombie killer, he was great.
Bro, he was
great.
When he went out, that was poetic because it's like he's looking at all the money. He's like, dang, I did all this for this money that I'm not going to be able to spend. And he went out like a gangster the way he was supposed to.
Yeah, he did. And then the guy that I think that was like the safecracker.
If you don't see it on camera, it didn't happen. That's the rule.
Yeah.
Because I thought Vasquez was there when they cut away from her, but then she come crash through the window.
Right.
What if some type of way he survived somehow?
Possible. Very possible. Because he was smart.
You didn't see it. It didn't happen.
Yeah, that's the rule.
Because I could perfectly see the alpha pulling him off the safe. Come here, you weak. Throw him. I don't even want you because only reason he fought with Ghost because he found him worthy.
Right.
Because he could have killed him.
He
went toe-to-toe with him like, okay,
their camaraderie became stronger. They became brothers because he understood how valuable he was to the team. And he saw that without him, we're not going to get this money. And then he saw without Ghost, I wasn't going to survive. So it was a double dragon situation.
Yes.
Very smart.
And in the end, he ended up sacrificing his life. Or did he? We don't know. For Ghost.
Yeah, because he looked out for him while he was cracking that safe open. And I love how there was this mutual respect. He was kind of being a dick to him in the beginning, but then he grew on him. We understood because he was like, man, you're bringing this rookie that's never been in combat that could jeopardize everybody in this group and get us killed. So it made sense why he was the way he was.
So I'm gonna bring up another scene here, guys. And one of the person that actually jeopardized the whole movie, and I actually grew to dislike her for that, was the daughter.
Okay.
That was so burnt out. At the last scene where she rushed to the little hive to get her friend.
I knew that was coming, though, because she kind of opened the door. She said that I'm going to do this whether you want to agree with me or not.
Here's the thing. That's when they had hours, bro. When she was there, when they was like, yo, we got an hour and 38 minutes before a nuke drops. How was you going to run all the way back to the casino and get all the way back to the top floor in the helicopter? You literally put everybody's lives at jeopardy.
She probably been here before, though. I think she may have been here before, but we never got that story, though. I think she knew her plan, and she knew what she was going to do when she got there. She knew she had the backup already, but she knew that her dad had another agenda, getting that money and getting the money for the team. But her job, the daughter, was protecting because that's something that she never really got from her family. Even though the dad was there when the mom died, she felt some kind of way. She wanted to give back, to kids that didn't have what she could have had. So it was kind of like making ends meet and paying it forward. So I understand her motives. That's not dumb to me. That's human. You know what I mean? Man. So if you had the chance to be able to go back and save somebody who you knew was trapped out there, would you do it? And if you knew they were alive.
Okay, you know what's crazy?
I like that.
God damn it, Ronin, you just changed my mind.
Yeah.
Because you know what's crazy? She knew this girl. And I literally thought about what if
they were family.
What if that was my family?
Yeah.
I would have risked it. I ain't gonna lie. Especially slow. It wasn't a lot of zombies out in the open.
And Batista, my pops too? Oh, I'm good.
It wasn't a lot
Hey, Dad, I'm stuck. Come and
get... when you watch the trailer, it's like, you're crazy. But when you see the movie... It looked very doable. It wasn't no zombies out in the streets. You only got to worry about getting to the buildings.
Right.
And this building got alphas. So it's like, all I got to do is then how was you going to get through the alphas, though? That part was...
But it leaves more mystery because, again, maybe they figured out something that we hadn't seen yet. Again, everybody had different points of views.
You know what's crazy? No, she probably thought she was good because she didn't know that they had killed the queen.
Right.
She probably still thinking that they had they little passions was still good.
Yeah.
Let me just come in here real quick and get my friend back, and I'm out. And she did establish that old boy somebody had escaped before.
And when she came in contact with the creatures and stuff, she was always at a far away distance. So she knew not to run up on them. So she learned from everybody else. And when she did figure it out,
she did wait till they was all running out to go in. But shouldn't that have been like, wait, ain't they running towards my dad?
And she did have headshots. So she was very consistent about her decision making. But she risked it for the smart reasons.
I just think it was a gamble that she didn't quite think through because, like, okay, let's say you got your friend and you came back and everyone was ate up.
Yeah.
And the helicopter, you can't fly it, so now you're going to get nuked.
Okay. And I will say I liked Haruyuki Sanada, Hanzo's character, the
Scorpion.
Hunter. He's definitely going to be in the prequel.
Scorpion was out here running the casino the whole time.
Yeah, hey, man, he's a businessman that had a plan, and we still don't know exactly how he fits into this because his right-hand man kind of left the team to die in a sense.
That was so
did
burnt.
they have two different conversations?
That was so...
You know what I mean?
There had been teams left there before, so we don't know. He probably was like, man, accomplish the objective because when the nuke set off, he looked at his phone. He ain't called me back. It's done.
Yeah. And then I also thought, because I said this before we even saw the movie, when we watched the trailer, I'm like, why would he send them in there if he knew that they weren't going to make it?
You did call that.
What was his plan?
Yeah, they just needed a distraction for him to get
That's the after movie right there. So we probably get that in the next movie. So I like that they left it open because, again, we don't know whether he was a good guy or bad guy. All we know is that he was a businessman and he had money there set up for us to go and retrieve. We don't know why or how why didn't he just get it himself?
He had some type of permission because remember when they was like, you're ready and you see those guys standing out? This isn't something he did by himself. There was a military dude with him.
Right.
So what do you think their goal was by getting ahead?
Probably learning how to hunt these creatures down and maybe testing out their artillery.
I think they're gonna try to make another one.
I think they were trying to see if soldiers would be ready to go into here in case they would come, counteract with this next time because they weren't going to flush them all out. I think this was a test to see how soldiers could do.
Do you think there was other outbreaks? I remember something in the movie when it was like, this marks the end of the zombie war. So I know Vegas was like
it was on the hiatus, but it wasn't over.
Yeah. It appeared to have been over at that point, but like, was there little smaller outbreaks somewhere else? Because how did y'all keep them in Vegas? Me and my homies have zombie conversations all the time, guys, and I'm sure you guys do too. But we were talking, he's in the military. He's like, fam, if it actually was a zombie outbreak, we would be fucked. I'm like, how? Man, they slow moving, they got guns. He was like, fam, it would take a week for someone to take it serious. And every time we war game a biohazard environment, within 48 hours, everything's going to fall to shit. And I was like, what do you mean? Well, he was like, man, you get bit by a zombie. You call an emergency. You call a hospital 911. Yeah, I just got bit by a zombie. Click. How many times does this have to happen for the hospital's like, hey, man, people are getting bit by zombies. Okay, who do they call? The police? Yeah, hey, police. Yeah, we have people getting bit by zombies. Click. Right. How many times does it have to happen to where the police are like, oh, people are getting bit by zombies? And the police are going to call the National Guard. Yo, we need somebody. It's some type of viral outbreak. Shut up. Ain't nobody eating zombies. What? Click. Yeah. How many times did the National Guard come in? Then the National Guard
gets to them.
Right. Yeah, our chain of command is so bad in our government, it would probably take a week for the army to be like, yo, we have some type of biohazardous chemical that's turning people into rabid monsters and it only takes headshots to kill them. Even the other generals are like, man, show me. Send a small team in there to get some footage. And not even bought us another week. So it's 2 weeks for us to take it serious. And by that time, it's out of control.
Okay, so that's a good segue. Let's get into these scenes, man.
Let's get into these scenes, bro. I knew I was in for a treat right off the bat in the monologue when they're showing the military first try to come into Vegas, and they show the dude paratroop and he's just shooting down, and you don't know he's shooting at, and he then paratrooped into a crowd of zombies.
Right into him and got eaten up.
He was a fool. I do respect his tenacity to fight, but that last bullet should have been for him. He didn't deserve to go out like that because they held on him for a minute. You saw the whole
sometimes you think you got a 50-50 shot, man. But I love that these soldiers had soldier mentality all the way up to the end.
Fam, the dude on the tank, I could tell what he was saying with his mouth. He called it a danger close artillery strike, and he was saying, on my position. Yes, on my position. Yeah. As he was getting eaten up and got blew up. I was like, he went out. He took a whole volley of them, though.
That was crazy.
Yes, bro. So I was like, oh, my God, I'm getting what I want. Because I already told you what I love about zombie movies. I love to see the downfall. And though I didn't get to see the full downfall, that monologue alone.
You got a portion of it.
just gave me like, oh, I'm hungry for this. I want this.
It gave you setup and execution all in the beginning, so you wouldn't ask them questions later.
Yeah. All right, give me one of yours, bro.
I like the video game setup, man. Because if it was like a character select screen, I had to choose who my favorite character was. That was cool.
Nah, but go deeper, bro. I need a specific scene, bro.
Specific scene? Oh, when we got to the casino. And it just was like full on Left 4 Dead. And you saw Batista in soldier mode. And they're like launching across the blackjack table. He's just taking them down.
Bro, that was
the sound
lit.
effects on the machine gun, like that Dolby kicked in, and it was very precise, very tactical, but still tense and very, very grounded. You got to see skills on both sides. The creatures that was hunting him down, and then the hunted being hunter.
When Batista was fighting them,
yeah, he was going head up,
and it was a dude way strong, like way smaller than Batista, like outpowering him. And I'm like, how strong are these things?
Yeah.
Yo, the scene where he had the knife and he was like dodging, he spun around and did the little sweep kick. I was like,
yeah, these things have hand-to-hand skills.
Yo,
so
these things is ninjas.
I'm not worried about getting bit anymore. I'm worried about getting killed now.
And what's crazy too is, and that's what brings it back. Yo, they don't appear to eat people because everyone they infected, they just bit like once.
I think they bite, like you said, when it's something worthy or if it's something necessary or killing. Like there's a hunger for new blood,
right?
Because they want to keep the race going, the same way we try to survive. You know, they want to keep they want to keep breathing.
Or was he building an army to one day leave the wall and then no? Because they would have been left.
No, I mean possible because who's to say that he didn't want someone to take over when he was killed?
Because peep game, if they retain their memories,
right.
And they're just like upset that I'm a zombie now, so fuck the people.
Right.
They would have been like, yo, it's a hole in one of these barriers here, and we gonna sneak in and eat everybody in the camp. And they would have been got out.
Right.
And like I said, I think they just wanted to be on their own and have their own little kingdom.
It left mystery though, and I also like the other scene where they're going into the corridors, and there was some creatures that were hibernating, and then we got to see Vasquez doing her knife thing.
Oh my God, I'm glad you brought that up because I think that was probably my favorite scene in the movie.
And then the safe where they were trying to get in, and there was traps ready. It was like jigsaw traps. And the zombie got stretched out. You see all the guts on the wall.
Yeah, bro, that was lit.
And then he got hit. Yeah, and he got hit by the machine guns. Crazy stuff. So had they messed up, they would have all died right there. So it was funny how he went and got different zombies on the two-wheeler.
Like they're like, where are you getting these things from?
Let's get them.
I like that aspect because when I'm watching the trailer, you see in the scene they're surrounded by zombies, and that turned out to just be them daydreaming about how it's gonna go down. Because I'm like, they're not making it out of this.
Right.
But no, why would you bring a saw? How are you coming out? Because he was prepared to fight shamblers. They were not prepared for alphas.
Yeah.
And
that was his weapon, and only he can use that.
Right.
Because he was trained for that.
This got me through the first infection. It's gonna get me through the second one.
Right. So I like the detail on like specific weapons for specific characters. This is video game 101. Like this is great.
Yes.
And every time they got further into the mission, it felt like you were getting DLC content. Like, all right, we found a new hideout. We found a new way in. We found the money. We need these kind of weapons. All right, they kind of bested us in this round. They're hand to hand. We can't get too close. We got to use knives. So as we were learning, they were learning.
Yes, bro.
And then by the end, it was like, damn, it was too late. We got our answers, but we ain't got no team now.
Man,
so now it's like back to one player, no co-op.
I love the scene when you figure out the double cross.
Yeah.
And then the zombie, he did the Han, who shot first thing. He was like, I got the head. He was like, whew, put her against the wall.
Crazy.
But I like that too. It's like, all right, you gonna stab me, drop her head off the cliff. But then he bit her. Yeah. And we didn't see her die. So did he turn her? Like,
I think he did. And that was a personal attack. The same way it was personal when she attacked him.
I lost my queen.
My queen. Now I'm gonna take you.
Yeah. Right. But
I love that. And for a minute, it's like, dang, that was a zombie, but I understand. Like,
yeah, he was like, he wanted. It was very.
He's dead, and I feel something for him. This is not supposed to happen.
No,
like
it was very reminiscent of I Am Legend.
Yeah.
In that sense,
he put a flip on it, and I like how we got both dynamics on both ends, the undead and the living,
and it's just enough for us to understand it.
Yeah.
So another thing
because we did come into their territory,
right?
We did.
They didn't try to
Vegas was their battle,
and we already understand. Yo, them alphas could have got out, and they would have been havoc.
Yeah.
So they just wanted their little kingdom. So then, with that being said, we didn't see the German guy die. And like I said, that's the rule. If you don't see him die on camera, then it didn't happen. We saw old girl get bit. And of course, the ending, Ghost is the last alpha.
Right. I was shocked by that. Because I
thought he made it.
I thought he was going to die. Yeah, I'm not going to lie.
I thought he was too. And I would have been like, at least he go out like a gangster.
Yeah.
He fought,
But it made sense, though. because he was the one that was kind of like the least expecting to be on this mission. So he had a different agenda. And I think for him, towards the end, it became about surviving. Like, I think he kind of forgot about the money. He took what he can get, but he wasn't greedy like the rest of the team might have been. So you can see his intentions was different. And
you could tell by the way him and the German dude was talking about death and stuff that he was prepared to die.
Right. He went head up with the Alpha.
Like bro, like he didn't run. Like
I was like, yo, please don't kill, because I was like, I thought that was his end game right there.
When he got locked in the safe, I knew he was gonna live because the girl I was like, well, oh my god, he's stuck in the safe, he's gonna die. I was like, no, you can't lock yourself in no safes.
Right.
You can just get out. And
so how do you feel about the ending? Because do you feel like this could be another stage 2 or stage 3 battleground?
Yeah.
It's
gonna be another war. And then it's gonna be okay, so alphas make only the first alpha can make alphas.
Right.
So does that mean he's gonna make shamblers? Or since the first alpha dead and the blue dissipated, is he somehow the king alpha now?
Well, there wasn't that many shamblers, so we might get more on that end. We only saw very few that was inside the building.
He's technically the last zombie.
Or they could be crossbreeding.
Right, the military could have already gotten a sample, and be doing some experiments somewhere.
Based on how the movie started off, like
who's to say he was the only one?
Exactly.
Yes, you're right.
Because only one got out.
Right.
Yeah, but by that time it was like it was semi-quarantine, but not really.
Another thing they did was they kind of pulled the Indiana Jones crystal skull on us when the nuclear bomb went off and he survived in the safe.
Right.
But the new low, because Trump was the president in this universe.
Yes.
The new low-end, low-yield nuclear tactical missile, it's not made to be high rad. It's not made to irradiate the city and take economics from the country that we're at war with. It's actually made to just blow stuff up. And if you get hit by a low-yield tactical nuke in that area, you actually can survive. There is no radiation.
Right.
Well, stop it. There's radiation, but once the explosion dissipates and the hellfire is gone, it ain't no air for a minute because of the how the thermodynamics work. Not thermodynamics. Thermobaric weapons. It's no oxygen, so you gotta wait for the wind to blow. But after that, you could come out. You wouldn't want to live there anymore. You'd get cancer.
See, this is prequel stuff right now.
Yeah,
this is definitely prequel stuff right now, and I think we probably will get more into the science of it. I think this story was more about the adventure.
What I'm trying to say with that is the German dude could have lived and Blondie could still be alive.
Yeah.
Because all they have to do is hide somewhere. Because a low-yield tactical nuke is just meant to destroy targets. It ain't meant to evaporate a city.
And also the girl that got impaled by the staff at the end.
That's what I'm talking about, Blondie.
Yeah, on the helicopter at the helicopter pad. I think she can probably get regenerated or get cured. She probably knows some information and knows some people on the inside. Because again, you said earlier in the review that she's been there a couple times. This wasn't her first rodeo.
So here's the thing. When she was like, they're not what you think they are. They're not mindless.
Yeah.
So she's been doing this for a minute.
Right.
And then he's like, they're not the shamblers. These ones are different. And it was Ghost. He's like, there's two kinds. He's like, the alphas. So what does he know?
Right.
What does he experience?
And I guess the merc that was supposed to be the bodyguard for Hanzo, he kept her alive for a reason because he knew
she knew.
Right.
So he knew about the alphas and stuff too.
Right.
So this movie left me with so many questions. I'm yearning for a sequel so bad, but I'll take a prequel, sequel, whatever I can get.
Yeah.
I just want more of this universe.
Yeah, I'll take more of the universe. There's definitely lots more to explore. And we definitely got great characters. I'm excited to see a brand new team of characters after this squad because they were dope.
Yes.
Let's give this a grade, man. What you got?
I'm going right in for it, bro. This is the most exciting and fun movie I've seen since COVID, this nonsense started, guys. I'm going right in. Yeah. It may be biased because I ain't had a good movie. I'm going right in. 10 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
I love this movie.
For me, I think it's a very well directed, well made, well written, well acted movie. Zack Snyder reinvented the zombie genre twice now. He gave us something new. This is a A+ for me. I recommend seeing this in the theaters and then watching it on Netflix. Because going straight to Netflix is cool. And this new day and age of going into a movie where you had a choice of watching on streaming in theater, I like both experiences. But I feel like this movie was exciting for me in theaters. And I'm glad that I made that choice to see this because I feel like this was the right way to watch it.
Fam, this
very
movie,
theatrical.
This movie just came out.
Big in scale, too.
Right.
Very big in scope.
It is. This movie just came out. I already want the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
I'm buying the DVD. I want the DVD extra. I want a featurette if you throw it in. I want his extra deleted scenes. I want all of that.
I want all of that. Man, and then going to the Q&A at the end of the movie, I asked the question of, was this going to get released on Blu-ray?
I'm so upset.
And he said his producers are working on it.
I'm so upset you didn't invite me or you didn't tell me. Fam, Me and him was supposed to go see it together, but he was like, I'm finna go see it at 7. And I already had it. I was already planning to go out with this girl. So, that's too late. Fam, why he end up going in the morning when I could have went? I had to hear from Jay like, oh, yeah, Ronan went to the Q&A, and I'm in the car like.
It threw me out there.
So you was going to lie to me, you still went at 7?
I mean, yeah, man.
He's like, yeah. Zack Snyder was there.
One show. One show, bro.
Because you said 7, and I was like.
PM.
You did.
Yeah.
But you didn't go at 7 p.m.
Yes, I did.
You had already seen the movie by the time
7
I went.
p.m. It was one showing. Yeah, XD. That's why I went, because it was only one show.
Okay, so mind you. Okay, so wait.
Cold-blooded.
So wait. So that means, never mind. So that's cool, because that means you was already seeing the movie when I was going to dinner.
But peep game, hold on. Let's fix this for the audience. When I told you, you said, nah, I'm going to watch it at home. I remember. And I told J3 because I said, I know for a fact he's going to want to go.
No.
Let him go first.
No.
I remember.
I was like, I think I'm going to watch it. I think I'm going to watch it at home.
I brought it out there.
So look, I'm so burnt. I'm thinking it dropped for whatever reason. I thought it was going to drop in theaters and at home at the same time.
Right.
Because then you was like 7. I was like,
yeah.
7 in the morning. You was like, no, in the evening. So I already had plans. And I was like, well, if I can't take her, then I'm going to just go see it and watch it, wait for it to come out. But then when everybody's watching it, all my homies hit me up and told me about it. I was like, no, I'm going to theaters. So I took a friend out, and then after that we left. So we're trying to go see a movie? Okay. And we went to go see it.
Cool.
Okay, so that's okay.
So moral of the story, we both enjoyed the movie and we saw it on a lighter note. He did get to see it.
Okay, I did.
But I didn't let him know about it. Like I put it out there.
Fam,
so
had he told me he was going to a premiere, the director was going to be in a Q&A.
Okay, now here's the best part. So when we got there, they was like, stay in your seats. We got a special thing for you.
Oh, okay.
I said, I know. Because me, this white boy in the theater was like, he told me, he's like, did you know that Snyder's going to be at the Hollywood theater? He's doing a Q&A out there. And then he showed up at ours. And this was the first Q&A of the pandemic. Because the guy that does the hosting, Scott Mann, shout out to him. He hadn't did any premieres in like 15 months. So he was the Q&A moderator. And he does it for all the big movies and the independent movies. Zack Snyder and his wife, Deborah, showed up at the end. And it was about 15, 20 minutes. And it was a dope Q&A. And when we were talking about the animated prequel, some of the production team that worked on the animated prequel were in the crowd with us. So it was 2 separate teams. And they were all working on different stuff. So as far as like continuity goes, they were asking questions about what kind of liberties and choices that they can take. So Zack was able to tell them where that they can break stuff down.
Okay, I thought you had left me hanging. I was like,
nah, bro,
Ronan.
I'm giving you a little insight right now since you wasn't there.
I'm like,
I got it on my phone too, by the way, so I showed it to you.
Yes.
I got all that. When he showed Green Lantern on his phone, I was there. I seen all that.
Ooh, look at
so
this guy.
This is goody stuff for J3 Entertainment. It's for our audience. They want to hear this stuff.
All right.
But yeah, that's our verdict, man. Go see Army of the Dead.
No,
it's great. You got to watch it, man.
We got to bring back my little secret segment that we're going to do for our horror thing. So
okay.
we have a new segment that we do whenever we do a horror movie. It's called Would You Live? So, Ronan.
Okay.
In this movie, under the guise that you know just as much as our main characters did, don't lie, don't cap. It's okay. Just tell you the truth. Would you survive and how?
Well, the encyclopedia always lives. You got the knowledge and insight. That's horror 101.
Go deeper. Explain.
How
would you live in this movie? How would you survive? You're in the team.
I would do weapons training. I'd be underground, and then I got books, and then I got movies and stuff.
No.
So that kind of stuff.
You in their situation. You're on the high.
There's always that one character in these kind of movies.
How are you surviving? Walk me through it.
Oh, I'm basically going through. I'm gonna be like at the gun range. All my stuff's gonna be simple canned good foods. I'm not gonna make full meals. I'm gonna be like canned.
No. Not a survivor in a universe. How are you surviving this heist? Going back into Vegas and getting the $200 million.
By myself or with a team?
No, you're
just me?
You're extra character. You're extra character. You're
okay.
You're with all them. How are everything that happened in this movie happened in your scenario? Yeah. You're just also with them. How are you
probably
surviving?
Would dress all in black just for stealth and stuff. Since these things kind of hunt,
you will be hot as hell.
Yeah, I have no choice.
Okay,
I have no choice. We're in Vegas anyway, but again, these things hunt in stealth tactical ways, so I have to look a certain way, and then colors kind of give off a certain light. I don't know if you caught that.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have very light weapons, very light travel, maybe a small backpack, mostly like stuff where I can communicate with somebody, or maybe some type of scent that makes it feel like I'm one of them, but I'm not. Like put on like a dead scent, kind of like camouflage. And no one did that, which I thought was kind of interesting. But if I'm walking through a battlefield in Sin City, I need to look and smell like them.
So I think you just killed yourself.
No.
Because peep game, they did it in the movie. They figured the experiments. Oh, it's not the scent, it's the heat. He cut a zombie hand off, put it in the microwave.
That's why I said put their scent on there. But I'm saying, like, when you have certain colors, the colors give off a certain vibe, and like it exposes it. But
this is what I'm saying, Ronan. Yeah. Why are you even putting the scent on you? It's not about you smelling dead. It's about you being heat. You're hot. You're not dead. They're gonna know that you used to be walking around smelling like doo-doo for nothing.
And then you got the camouflage. So that's why I was trying to merge the two.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think they can see the heat, though. You think?
Depending on what kind of monsters I'm dealing with.
Okay, you're right. Yeah. You're right, because we don't know how the Shamblers
exactly
versus the Alphas.
They were always in the dark.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey.
And that's how you live?
Yeah.
You getting out the helicopter, or?
I'll probably be in the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the safe with ghosts?
Yeah.
That's going to dap it up.
Yeah.
You probably be like, hey, bro, you got a scratch right here.
Yeah. Sequel.
All right. I'm going to keep it a whole buck. Yeah. Would I live and how? I'm going to honestly say I would live. Here's why.
I wrote the script.
No. Fuck all that hiding in the safe. Weapons training. Fuck all that. When they got to the point in the movie, and they're like, oh, they're launching the missile early, and it said 1 hour and 39 minutes, and they had already cleared the area, and I'm waiting on this helicopter to get fixed, I'm taking all my shit off, and I'm running back for my life to the area that they came in.
You got Forrest Gump speed?
It was, fam, it only took them about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Only thing I'm watching out for is Valentine.
That's all terrain, though.
Look, and then get this. When Blondie and the little trader and Bert left.
Yeah.
Hey, where y'all going? Hold up. Nah, what? Y'all leaving? Hold on. That would have been me.
Okay.
They would have never got to good.
Because, when they showed that one shot of Vegas and you saw, like, the desert and you saw the cars, I was like, that's a lot of space, free roam.
Yeah, I think I would have just ran. Only thing I would have had to look out for was Valentine. I would have ran. Fuck the helicopter. I would have ran all the way. They're going to run there or I'm going to die. I would have jogged all the way there. Like, it was a 30-minute trek. So, taking breaths here and there, probably like, who knows?
Probably 15, 20 minutes tops.
15, 20 minute jog in a hot desert, you're actually going to tire yourself out.
Soldier mentality.
Jog around. I would have got there and I would have went in through the same entrance I came in through and just hot wired the car because there was plenty of vehicles there still leaving and I would have been gone.
All right.
If anything, I would have died in a nuclear shockwave, but I wouldn't have been ate up by no zombies. They was just burnt up. They was sitting there like, oh, how's the chopper coming? The chopper all fucked up. It wouldn't have been none of this. Is it good? Oh yeah, it's fine. No, I need to see. Let me go up there. I would have came up. Hey, bro, the chopper is fuck running. Let's get out of here, bro.
That's what it is.
I keep the money. Y'all ain't gonna make it.
Man, Warzone.
I think I would have took like 100,000 stack.
That's plenty.
And got on, bro.
You can live off that. Yeah.
I think I would have lived. But I want you guys to let me know. Don't cap. Keep it a whole buck, man. Would you have survived this movie and how? Leave your comment below. Again, man, you guys. If you like this review, man, let us know in the comments, man. Like, subscribe, share. Again, it's your boy Saber Rocks.
I'm on the Shogun Ninja Assassin, and we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that stuff. So follow us and make sure to like, follow, and let us know what you thought about the movie if you saw it. And what's your favorite zombie movie? So leave those comments in below, man. All right.
See you next time.
Yep.